It would just be amazing to be remembered. Louis Tomlinson said these words shortly after One Direction was formed on The X Factor. 12 years, 5 albums, 91 songs, and millions of fans later, it's safe to say that One Direction will be remembered for generations to come. One Direction is one of, if not the most iconic boy bands of our generation, and I'm sure we've all heard of One Direction and know a few of their songs, but today I'm here to inform you a little bit more about their success and their career as a whole. I've been a fan of One Direction since the beginning, and for those 12 years, I have closely followed their journey as a band, and now I follow their solo careers. First, I will discuss their big break on The X Factor. Second, I will discuss their 5 albums. Third and finally, I will go over their current hiatus. Let's begin with their big break on The X Factor. In 2010, Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, Niall Horan, Liam Payne, and Zayn Malik all auditioned for The X Factor UK as solo acts. Judges voiced concerns about their age because they were all 16 to 19 and wondered if they were truly old enough for this type of competition. However, they all made it through, but they were quickly eliminated as solo acts. But the judges decided that they all had too much talent and potential and decided to bring them back and form a band, creating One Direction. One Direction ended the competition in 3rd place, but they formed a huge following through this competition, and it really kickstarted their career. Shortly after X Factor, almost immediately, they were signed to Columbia Records. Now that I've discussed One Direction's big break on The X Factor, I will now discuss their successful 5 albums. Here I have Billboard's top 200 album sales, all for One Direction. As you can see, 4 out of their 5 albums were number 1. Their last album was number 2. However, all of their albums were on the charts for many, many weeks. First, One Direction released their debut album, Up All Night, in 2011. It was Billboard's number 1 top album, as previously stated, and it sold 176,000 copies worldwide its first week. And their debut tour, Up All Night, sold out and ended in 2011. Their second album, Take Me Home, was released in 2012. It was number 1 in 35 countries, and it sold 540,000 copies in the US during its first week. The Take Me Home tour sold out worldwide. Third, One Direction released their album, Midnight Memories, in 2013. This is considered the prime of their career. While promoting Midnight Memories, One Direction released their documentary, This Is Us. They used their leading song for Midnight Memories, titled Best Song Ever, and the music video to promote This Is Us. The Best Song Ever music video was Vevo's most viewed video in 24 hours, and it sold 12.3 million copies its first week. It was the highest charting single in the US, and Midnight Memories tour, titled the Where We Are tour, sold out in minutes and needed more dates added. Fourth, One Direction released their album, titled 4, in 2014. 4 went platinum, and their tour for 4, titled On the Road Again, sold out in minutes as well. However, during tour on March 25th, 2015, Zayn Malik decided to leave the band. While discussing Zayn's departure to British GQ, Liam Payne said, quote, "We haven't really heard from him since he left. He didn't even really say goodbye, if I'm being honest." End quote. Fans were really hurt by Zayn's decision to leave, and a lot were very angry with him, but it has since been revealed that Zayn left due to mental health issues and racism he was facing for being in the band, so now fans really sympathize with his decision and know that it was the best for him. 5. One Direction released Made in the AM, which was released in 2015. It was the only album without Zayn, and it was number 2 on Billboard's top album sales. There was no tour for Made in the AM, however, because in August of 2015, One Direction announced that they will be going on hiatus. Their last performance was on the X Factor finale on December 13th, 2015. They performed their song History, which reflects on One Direction's journey as a band. And they ended where they formed, on the X Factor. Now that I've discussed their 5 albums, I will discuss their current hiatus. During their last show, Niall told the crowd, "We'll be back soon, just 18 months or so. This isn't the last of us." End quote. It's been 7 years since the beginning of their hiatus, and it does not seem like One Direction will be coming back anytime soon. but they've all had very successful solo careers since the beginning of the hiatus. For instance, Niall has released 2 albums, Flicker and Heartbreak Weather. Both albums hit number 1 on Billboard's top album sales. Louis Tomlinson has released 1 album titled Walls, and he has over 1 billion Spotify streams. Zayn Malik has released 3 albums, Mind of Mine, Icarus Falls, and Nobody Is Listening, all of which were on Billboard's top 200 for album sales, and Mind of Mine hit number 1. Liam Payne has released 1 album titled LP1, and his song Strip That Down featuring Quavo was number 3 on Billboard's top 100. Harry Styles has released 3 albums titled Harry Styles, Fine Line, and Harry's House, and he is one of the top artists and has recently won his first Grammy last year for Best Pop Performance. In conclusion, today I informed you about the successful career of One Direction. First, I discussed their big break on the X Factor. Second, I discussed their successful 5 albums. And third, I discussed their current hiatus. During their final show at Sheffield Arena in October of 2015, during their On the Road Again tour, Harry told the crowd, "Please don't forget us." 7 years later, it's clear that One Direction will not be forgotten anytime soon.